We're back at 6:52, time for the morning sprint.
We start with day 4 of the Chandler Halderson murder trial. Testimony was given by the owner of the farm where parts of Bart Halderson's remains were found, along with an investigator who uncovered those remains. The most emotional testimony of the day, though, came from Halderson's longtime girlfriend who was with him during the July 4th weekend when his parents went missing. More from her is up on channel3000.com.
Breaking overnight, 4 people are dead after a crash on the interstate near DeForest. The State Patrol says it happened on I-39 South just after 10 o'clock. In a press release this morning, investigators say a Honda van attempted to help another car on the side of the road when it was hit by 2 semis. All 4 people in that van were killed. The semi drivers have no injuries. The interstate was closed for about 3 hours overnight, but has since reopened. Also new this morning, we're learning police will escort the remains of 2 Mineral Point firefighters to the UW Autopsy and Pathology in Madison at 8:30 this morning. The route will be Highway 18 to 151 eastbound to Mineral Point Road. The 2 firefighters were killed while responding to a crash after their truck was hit by a passing semi. It happened just after midnight yesterday on Highway 151. The Iowa County Sheriff's Department says the truck was trying to turn around in an emergency crossover when it was hit. The driver of the semi was not hurt.
A new Johns Hopkins study shows 1 in every 6 Americans has tested positive from COVID since the pandemic started. There's growing confusion, too, as America faces more uncertainty. The American Medical Association now criticizing the CDC for not requiring a negative test for asymptomatic people. The director of the CDC is pushing back, denying the new guidance had anything to do with testing shortages.
Health officials have been concerned about a possible twindemic of surging cases of both the flu and COVID since fall, but now California has detected its first case of what some are calling flu-rona. It means a patient is infected with both the flu and COVID at the same time. Israel was the first to report a case of simultaneous infections, a pregnant woman in her 30s who has since recovered.
Happening today, the Supreme Court will hear oral arguments for 2 federal policies. It's reviewing the vaccine or test mandate for companies with 100 employees and a vaccine requirement for healthcare workers at facilities receiving federal funding. Both policies are set to take effect Monday. Oral arguments begin today at 9 a.m.
Crews in northern Wisconsin are fighting a warehouse fire in Superior's North End District. It started in the Siverton Fisheries building Thursday morning. In a Facebook statement, the mayor says the building was burning quickly and that fire spread to a second building next door as it collapsed. Both buildings are a complete loss. The mayor says nobody was hurt in the fire. Both buildings were both vacant.
Airlines are again canceling and delaying more flights as they continue to struggle with countless employees calling in sick. Flight tracking site FlightAware says in the U.S., 1,600 flights were canceled yesterday, more than 1,300 flights delayed in the afternoon. United is now offering pilots who pick up extra trips up to 3 times their normal pay through the end of the month.
Funeral services for Betty White will not be open to the public. Her agent says White wanted the arrangements handled privately. He suggested instead of focusing on her funeral, fans can donate to one of White's favorite organizations. There was also speculation she could be buried in Mineral Point next to her late husband, but her agent says that will not be the case. President Biden and the First Lady will travel to Colorado today to survey the damage from the Marshall Fire. That fire burned more than 6,000 acres and destroyed 1,000 homes and businesses. Last weekend, the president approved a request from Colorado's governor to declare the fire scene a major disaster.
The temperature just dropped, now 7 degrees below zero with a wind chill of -18 this morning. It looks beautiful outside, but it feels totally different. We're going to see those temperatures hanging out below zero all morning. We'll warm up to about 9 for your high later on this afternoon. Wind chills are going to stay in the 20s below zero for a good portion of the morning before we start to see them finally warming up. That extended forecast, 28 on Saturday, 7 your high on Monday. Then our temperatures start to rebound a little bit. We're looking at 33 being our warmest temperature, finally above freezing because we've been below for quite some time on Thursday with a chance of snow next Friday.
Keep an eye on that alert day right here on News 3 Now and channel3000.com. We'll be back in half an hour.